using Ghosts. He changed all the Terran players' style. Everybody was struggling against Broodlords, Infestors, Corruptors, and Banelings and so on. And MorroW's like, guess what? It's a really cool unit for you guys to use. He switches races. He's like, guess what I'm having trouble with when I'm practicing against Show in the Swedish Pro House is the Ghost. And then he started using it mainstream, and everybody was like, well, guess what? Ghosts are good.
I think MorroW might have actually picked this. He's referring. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Yeah, a fair point. There you go. So he deliberately lost against DDE because he wanted revenge against the Zerg player.
For losing against Nurture in the finals last time.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant. There you go. MorroW always... I can just see MorroW doing that, sitting on the sofa eating Ben & Jerry's, watching chick flicks. No, I don't think so. That's not MorroW's style. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red trunks, to the south of the terminus, I bring you...
Mousesports MorroW.
Oh, yes. What a terrible, terrible, scary, terrifying, agonizingly evil Terran player. I really don't know. Just stop talking now, TotalBiscuit. Oh yes, there's this guy. We can talk about him too. He's to the east. He is in the purple trunks. He is...
Master Sheth.
Well, there you go.
And already, by MorroW, look at the placement of the barracks. We can already see that he's gearing up to add on a Tech Lab or Reactor straight away. So we already see some kind of build forming here for him. And meanwhile, we see a very safe opening by Sheth here. He's actually going to go Extractor into spawning pool to get the speed upgrade as soon as possible to give him a lot of flexibility, a lot of maneuverability on this map.
Will we see Reapers? It's a little appropriate, or perhaps a little horrendous, that MorroW ended up losing as a result of Reapers. He's probably not feeling so great about that.
Yeah, I think he's already got one barracks, one marine out now, so the gas count is slowly rising up. He very well might just go for very standard factory timing and add on a reactor after that. But we do have an SCV moving out. A marine also might even get a kill on this Overlord straight away. Unfortunately by Sheth.
That was risky. Oops. Very, very risky, honestly. He will get some scouting information, but the Overlord could turn away. There is a place that he could go, and MorroW is putting a lot of fire on it. There isn't a second Marine to follow that up, so the Overlord may live, although it is getting quite close. If that Overlord goes down initially, then that could be really problematic. He's tricking him. He's leaving the other direction, and unfortunately, MorroW will see that, although I don't think he's really in any position to take it out, and Sheth gives him the slip.
Gives him the slip and also scouting, but the thing is, the Marine's going to probably go down and chase, and there's 4 Lings backing up as well. So.
Yeah, there's no way that Overlord... I don't know. The Overlord might live. The Marine will go down there, and perhaps those Zerglings will tear the entrails out of that thing, I think, and that's quite likely right now. Sheth, that was a gutsy Overlord play, and there are now 4 Zerglings in MorroW's base.
Yeah, MorroW's in trouble.
Yeah,
he's going to lose the SCV now as well, building the command center. It's delayed. He can snipe a Mule, and he's got a Hellion coming out shortly, but there's a lot of time to do damage. Mule's going to go down. This is not the best opening you want to have, MorroW.
No, he didn't wall off, perhaps expecting Sheth to not get a little bit aggressive early on, and Sheth is doing something a little bit uncharacteristic, I have to say. Nicely played. Good surround right there by MorroW, and he takes it out with the Hellion. So it's not too bad, but he has taken some damage, and of course, loads of great scouting information acquired there by Sheth.
So 3 SCVs were killed in that base. There's 4 being killed in total. Oh, actually, the scouting SCV is still alive. So 4 SCVs were killed in that main base.
Which you can't complain. Already. 4 SCVs traded, and a Marine as well, I might add. 4 SCVs traded for 4 Zerglings. That is certainly a very good investment there by Sheth, and is going to put him in a great position. He's already ahead.
Look at this. Amara's actually not building any Hellions. He's only got 1 out now so far. Okay, they're the 2, but he's building a barracks also, or planting it down next to this starport. So interesting build already. MorroW having to change around a little bit because he is a little bit behind. We have a Roach War now and a Roach now. MorroW is going to go in and scout absolutely nothing aside from there's a round of Zerglings which are waiting now.
He knows he's built Zerglings. This is crucial information. Zerg players never do this.
Yeah, well, he knows that he can't push out so aggressively with these Hellions because of those Lings, and creep spread's starting to go down to that natural now as well. But the Hellions are moving out now. We'll try to take the Zalmelga Tower and then poke in, but they won't be really able to do anything now there's Roaches out.
A very unpredictable build here, right here from MorroW, simply he just seems like he's building random units right now. No doubt he has a plan, but he's now got into Banshees with no cloak. He doesn't have the gas for it. He's only been sitting on 1 gas. To be fair, I don't think Sheth expects that.
I mean, there's a couple of follow-ups. Oh, look at this. MorroW, loving it, loving the 3rd base here. Has thrown down a 3rd command set already. Of course,
why not? It's Terminus, he might as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely great to do so, and there's no scanning information whatsoever for that. Oh, the Hellions got to be careful. Do get sniped off 1. Where's that Banshee gone? It's
Banshee
not
is
out
not
yet.
up yet. No, the Banshee is not up. That said, this is unusual from Sheth because you've talked a lot about Sheth's timing. Yeah? Sheth tends to go for Roach Warren Evolution Chamber, pretty much together all the time. This time, he's not doing that. And in this case, it could prove to be his undoing, because he's going Lair instead. The Evolution Chamber is now coming up, but the Banshee is already on the field. Yeah,
it's doing a lot of damage to these Roaches now. The Roaches will fall down, needs to micro these Hounds back to minimize losses, but Ling's coming in as well. A weakness once again smelt out by Sheth here.
Yeah, that's going to be problematic, and those Marines did not get to the bunkers in time. Supply depot also cancelled out. Yes, the Banshee will be able to kill the Roaches, but it can't kill them quick enough. That's the main problem. There are now Roaches in the mineral line of MorroW, which is nowhere near ideal, and the Banshee has been scouted. There's a Viking coming out now because, hey, he wants one of every kind of unit and a siege tank, so there you go. And good defense there by MorroW, but losing a lot. He has lost now 9 workers total, so his economy is lagging behind Sheth in a really major way. He's going to have to do something with this 3rd command center. He needs to macro up really hard. He can, certainly. He can drop 3 mules at a time, which will be brilliant. And I have to wonder whether or not he'll be able to do any real damage with this, which is that 1 Banshee. That said, there is a Spore Crawler coming up in the main of Sheth, so he will be able to prevent that. There's a Spire coming up at the back of his natural as well.
And Sheth has seen the 3rd command center now with this Overlord, despite the Viking being there, not fast enough to kill it. And Sheth knows that there's a big timing window to do a lot of damage here. There is a tank out, there is no siege mode yet, but we do have the Spire being made now, and there's going to be a lot of aggressive harassment
looking
here.
MorroW likes trying to deny the 3rd right. He almost sniped off the drone quick enough. The Queen will be forced out of position. 1 Queen is not enough, as you are well aware, to kill a Banshee. He's going to need to pull 2. He's pulled that Queen completely out. MorroW actually with some questionable decision-making there, in my opinion. Continuing to focus on the hatchery. Maybe he believes he can kill it, but I personally would have shot the Queen, simply because that's a guaranteed kill right there. And as it stands, he's going to get neither.
Not too sure if I agree with that there by MorroW, and he's going to go back in and try to do more damage, but it's not going to go anywhere there.
There's 2 Queens up now. It's just not going to happen. The time for killing has passed, unfortunately, and in the meantime, we'll see a little bit of Overlord harassment right here from MorroW, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Always a good thing to do, and MorroW just working on his macro right here, building a wall of supply depots to try and defend this area, but he's still way behind.
Turret timing's near perfect by MorroW. As you see on that 3rd base, it is being made now, though there are 8 Mules coming, and they don't have +1 yet, so he should be able to keep that turret up by repairing, but he may lose a lot of SCVs here.
Yes.
And, the Mutalisks are out now and are on pursuit into that base.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal, would it? And he is really taking the mick on that one. Is he seriously going to sacrifice a Banshee? No, he's not. He's going to get away just at the right time on 5, and in the meantime, oh dear, Terminus, the one with the rocks. I think MorroW is about to regret ever mentioning this.
Yeah, and he's in trouble now because only units to be made. Sheth has smelt out that weakness as he's consistently done through this tournament, and guess what? It's an orbital command. Those units are going to have free reign. 2 Hellions are going into the base.
Yep, and he missed them as well.
MorroW. He missed them, but the thing is, how is he going to defend against this? A handful of Marines without stim, without +1, without siege mode. This is going to be difficult.
Yes, MorroW is... I'm not really sure what his defensive plan is right here. These Hellions are shooting at the Spore Crawler for no apparent reason and don't appear to be getting him anywhere whatsoever. That's because the Mutalisks have flown across there, and there's a attack on the front line as the Zerglings smash their way through that wall of half-completed supply depots. SCV's being pulled off the line to try and throw that back, and Sheth is doing great damage right here to MorroW.
And once again, nothing but units are being streamed to the base of MorroW now. He's taken a 4th base as well. Sheth is so aggressive when he smells weakness, and he's going to try and harass that 3rd base, kill these SCVs, kill that turret eventually, and MorroW still in so much trouble. Stim nowhere near completion, does manage to get a bunker up, and if these turrets get up, he should be pretty safe here.
Yeah, he's okay for the time being. His defense was actually very solid. I was really impressed with how quickly he repaired the siege tank, which actually took 10 kills undeployed, so you can't really complain about that. Infestation pit on the way up, and in the meantime, we can look to see that there are 2 tech labs right there. He's reset researching stim finally, and we still have more tanks on the way up as Sheth massing for yet another attack.
Yeah, and the problem is, though, there's a big empty hole by that command center. All these tech labs are vulnerable. If Sheth sees that, I'm not sure he has yet, but I'm sure he will eventually. He can do so much damage there.
Well, there's a freebie right there from Sheth, and will now start to apply some pressure to this area, forcing a lot of missile turrets, which of course means that MorroW's army is much smaller than Sheth's. A free starport, not what you would expect to be able to take, but he does have 17 Mutalisks. He doesn't even have a level 2 upgrade, but he's still inflicting horrendous damage on the production facilities of MorroW.
And the factory's going to go down as well. Sheth isn't looking for tech labs, baby. He's going for the factory itself.
Why not? And why not? Might as well. He's got the firepower for it. Why would he not? He's cleaning up a bunch of Marines as well. MorroW does not have what he needs to do this. Sheth is actually feeling like he's going to sacrifice a few mutas. It's really, really good. And in the meantime, he is going for an attack right here on this third base. Can he take the bunker out? The bunker's on 9 HP. It's not going to get repaired in time. The SCV's got trapped behind the supply depots.
And the Mutalisks still going to town in the main base. Barracks have been taken out as well. And Sheth taking this game easily.
That wasn't even